Hello guys, this is IntoCryptoSpace. Let's talk about Crow with Knife. CAW. Congratulations guys. Crow with Knife is officially listed on BITMART. Community funded, community backed, and an exchange that pushes upwards to 2 billion in volume. Let's get it guys. Alright, now getting back to business. It had been listed about 5 hours ago, in which time, at the time of this recording, we're up 55% from that listing price. It's looking good. I like a project that stays on the main page, so hopefully we can stay here as long as possible. And we do definitely have some other bullish news to put out for you. On a side note, I'd like to really discuss the fact that even though it didn't get launched into space yet, getting listed on BITMART and any other exchange is really kind of a gateway per se. You need to set up your foundation, and having this accessible to the Asian market, to those, and to an exchange that puts out over 2 billion in volume on a daily basis, that just means that the moment that this kicks off in any regard, in any aspect, right? All of a sudden now it's exposure. All these additional people are going to be able to see it when we're up 50, 25, or even 100, 1,000x. People are going to see it. People are going to want to get in. And it's just going to really enable everything to just continuously go up and turn into kind of an exponential curve per se. So I love that the launch was correct. Market makers are set, which is going to be very clean in terms of making sure that arbitrage is done correctly. It is going to make all the prices across the chains and across the exchange very consistent, no discrepancies. So we're really setting up a foundation. Really love what the team has done, and I love the fact that this was community funded. All right, guys, so on other news, if you have looked at the chart in the last 48 hours, 24 hours, you have definitely noticed the major wick to the downside right around, let's see, April 19th, around 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And this was explained by the dev because it was the dev that sold. He had sold, I believe, about $100,000 worth. I did see one trade that was $57,000. I'm not too sure about the other. But with that being said, transparently, he was in Discord the moment it happened. He had told the community why he had done it and what he's looking to do with those funds. Not for personal gain. He did tease towards a KuCoin listing, but essentially funds for that second exchange, and in this case it's going to be a tier 1 exchange, top 10, right? We got to keep the momentum going. With this going, we're setting the foundation. It's already been set in terms of the bridges. We're pushing up the liquidity on those ecosystems. Along with that, BITMART, it has just listed today. That's a gateway. Exposure as well into the Asian market, the European market. And now we're pushing for that tier 1, right? And unfortunately, those tier 1s have high listing rates. But the earlier the better, because now when we start getting into these things, other exchanges, eventually we'll get to a point where other exchanges has to start buying our token. And that's what we want. That's what we want, because exchanges don't necessarily buy and sell. Once they buy to list on their exchange. And essentially, it can be viewed as a forever burn, right? Because those tokens are going to be rotated to user to user, never to really be sold though, right? So think about it in a way of like bullish on bullish. They're being bought and they're never really being sold against us. Users will buy and sell on their platform, of course, but think about it as removed from supply, never part of the original supply, circulating supply. So it's a bullish on bullish and bullish scenario. So until we get to that point, we kind of have to force their hands. And in this case, the dev did take it upon himself to make sure that the funds that are raised will now go to a tier 1 exchange. Market makers will be established for that exchange. Meanwhile, I'm very bullish that how quickly this wick had been eaten up. I was very ashamed I wasn't up at that present time because I believe it dipped down to 7.9 million. And then within 15, 30 minutes, it was back up to 11 million. So just so you have the information moving forward, we are looking towards speculation of another exchange. We are looking good right now. We're pushing around that 12 million consolidation level. At whatever point it could spike up, but we have our bases covered. It's looking good, guys. And the last update of the video is Jupiter, I believe, has whitelisted the project. This is very strict listing procedures on Jupiter, right? It is the #1 DEX on the Solana chain, and 95% of everything on the Solana chain is pulled from Jupiter. This is almost bigger than BITMART itself. Instead of a major exchange, this is a major DEX that sees millions, billions of volume rotating through. And now we are listed on their platform, meaning you can start seeing our logo just by typing it in. You don't have to copy and paste an address. Gives it more of validity, right? More transparent, and it looks like the project actually has its footholds in, right? It has passed all the guidance levels, all the check marks, and this is ever more guaranteed, ever so much more promising for any investor to get in on this project, right? Nobody wants to go into a project that has a question mark as a logo, you know? We are setting up the foundation, and this is a major, major piece to the board game here. And just for some quick information, Jupiter puts out 1.2 billion in volume on a daily basis. Total transactions on that daily basis is exceeding 1.6 million. And in terms of unique wallets being different individuals, unique individuals, 207,000 people within a 24-hour period have used this DEX. This is very big, and coincidentally, this getting paired up the same day that we're on an exchange, the amount of exposure we have just accomplished today is uncanny. The day, 24 hours from now, will be the halving. This is a great step forward, and this is a major checkpoint for this project and its community. As always, guys, do your own research. Here is what I think. These are my views, and I try to remain as transparent as possible with you guys. I am invested in this project, and I am bullish in this project. It doesn't mean that you should be. Do your own research and stay convicted in your plays. All right? This is IntoCryptoSpace. Thank you so much for the support. Until next time.